There was a video I was watching where someone was saying on May the 1st, they're still going to get their increase. Like the people in Minnesota, I know this is not local to my region. I know people, oh, that's not local to you. It's not Arizona. I told you this is a rideshare channel. This is a driver's channel. I don't care about being an Arizona local channel. So I talk about whatever I want. But I'm hearing that in Minneapolis on May the 1st, I know they said they're going to move the ordinance already to July the 1st. I did a video about that already. Let people know about that. But there were people saying, oh, well, on May the 1st, we still get our increase. And I'm like, I don't think so. I don't think you're getting that increase on May the 1st. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. I left it alone. I said, okay, whatever. If you get the increase on May the 1st, because what I heard was they're moving it to July the 1st. They're moving that whole decision to July the 1st before they can come up with an agreement, which means you guys are going to get the same amount of money at least until July the 1st. There's going to be no increase. The entire city council is saying we're giving Uber and Lyft more time. We're giving ourselves more time. We're giving other companies more time before we change the current pay structure. That's the way I took it. If I'm wrong, somebody just fill me and say, no, Jeff, you're wrong. On May the 1st, our money's going to jump based on this. Let me know. Because like I said, the way I comprehend it is that they said they're not giving you an increase. They're going to put this on the back burner until July the 1st. I don't know. If that's what you think, it's on you.
Because of a podcast.
I think your podcast has changed my life.
And I'm going to share this podcast with everyone I meet.
It's Wednesday, the 17th of April. Thanks for tuning to the news podcast, Minnesota Today. I'm Phil Picardi. State lawmakers have advanced a proposal that addresses one item that rideshare drivers and companies want settled. Clay Masters reports.
After the Minneapolis City Council pushed a pay raise ordinance off by 2 months, Uber and Lyft now say they'll alter their service July 1st. That is, unless the Minnesota legislature finds a solution. The measure before the Senate Commerce Committee yesterday provides insurance for drivers. Stephen Cooper is an attorney for the Minnesota Uber-Lyft Drivers Association.
Last year, you may recall, you had people who came in front of you, had been beaten, had been stabbed, had been shot, had family members who had been killed. And there was absolutely no compensation that came to the families at all. It all went on to welfare.
Representatives from the rideshare companies are in support of this change. Bill sponsors stress there's more work to do when it comes to an agreement on pay. I'm Clay Masters at the Capitol.
So as you can hear, there's more to it than just an increase. There's also funds that they want to have set aside for drivers that get affected while doing rideshare for Uber and Lyft. There's a lot on the plate right now. And I think a lot of people are just, saying, oh, it's about whoever's driving, whoever. No, there's families that are affected by things that happen to drivers. This is going into this new ordinance. There's a lot going into it. And if you're in Minnesota, I suggest you look into it to see why they keep pushing it off. Why it's not just as simple as saying, hey, we're going to make sure you get $15 an hour. It's $15 an hour, but it's also create a fund for families affected. And these apps ain't stupid. They know drivers are in danger every time they go out there. They know we're in danger, either through accidents, through crime. Something's going to happen. They don't want to put the funds set aside to take care of all the drivers out there, because if it happens in one city, guess what? It's going to happen in a lot of cities. Oh, you got to set up a fund for us too. If you did it in Minneapolis, set up a fund for us too when our drivers get hurt out there. This is what's going on. It's way more than just, $15 an hour. There's a lot on the back burner, and I don't think a lot of people are researching it deep enough. Me, I don't even live there. Like I said, I'm local to Arizona. Like motherfuckers say, oh, you're local. You're not local. Whatever. I have a brain. I can actually read and look around the planet. I still live on planet Earth. I can look wherever I want to look, whether or not it deals with Arizona or not. So I'm looking into this Minnesota thing, and I'm just like, yeah, this is not looking good for those guys. It's really not. I don't think you guys are going to get anything. I think Uber and Lyft are buying their time. They're not going to set up a fund. Even if you get $15 an hour, you're not getting everything else they put in there. Because a lot of these drivers are weekend warriors. A lot of these drivers are pigeons who just drive nilly-willy, no business acumen whatsoever. Uber and Lyft does not want to take care of y'all. They really don't. They like, y'all should be taking care of yourselves. If this is how you're going to live your life, this is how you're going to drive through rideshare, you take care of yourself. Pretty soon, I got a funny feeling Uber's going to start making everybody get their own commercial insurance. I think that. And I was looking at something else, and my man Jamil sent me something, and it's saying that Uber is now trying to pull a hum, basically. They're going to start a subscription service. They're experimenting with a subscription service where they don't take fees out of you. Instead, they just charge you a subscription. Now, what will they charge? It ain't going to be no $30 a month. Because think of how much money Uber is taxing you for anyways. Every month, think of how much money Uber's thousands. Depending on how you drive, Uber is taxing you for thousands of dollars. Thousands. You really think they're going to give up thousands and say, hey, just pay us $30 a month? No. If they're taxing you thousands, their subscription service might be something like, hey, if you give us, $500 a week, you can drive for us. Just like renting a car or something like that. $500-600 a week, you can drive for us. You don't know what their subscription service is going to be. If you give us $500 a week, you can keep 100% of all the fares out there. But you still aren't setting your own fares like we set in Hum. We set our own fares. Well, unless somebody books one with Hum. If they book it with Hum, then it's on the app. But if I just say, hey, man, I'll do this ride for you, I'm going to do it on Hum, I'm an independent contractor. I set my fare for what I think is fair. The person agrees to it, we start the app, and we get the rolling. I get the money. But I wonder how Uber subscribe, because Uber's not setting up anything to benefit the driver. They're really not. If they're thinking of a subscription service, they're thinking of another sneaky snake way to get more revenue out of a driver while not paying that driver. Unless they make you a true independent contractor, what's the point of you paying on being on Uber? Uber and Lyft are almost like DoorDash. They're almost like employment apps. They're not even like true independent contractor apps. They tell you what they're going to pay you. And if you say, I don't want that, I'll take this, they just kick you out of the system and say, well, we'll pay somebody else then. It's not a true independent contract. You should be able to negotiate what's fair for you. I mean, when they're charging somebody $80, $90 a ride, you can't say, hey, I'll take 75 of that since I'm going that far. No, you're not taking 75 of that. You're going to take 40 like we told you. And if you don't want the 40, we're going to give it to somebody else. That's employment shit. This is the job. Take it or leave it. Like I said, things are going to change in this rideshare industry if drivers are going to be out there making money. Things have to change. And with the current way everybody's looking at, $15 an hour, minimum per hour, that's not going to get you anywhere. $15 an hour is not going to make a living for you. Trust me, it's not. As a minimum, that's not. They're using that $15 hour per minimum, but they're not telling you about the other back end deals, all the insurances, the funds they're setting up. There's a lot going on. You guys got to pay attention to it. And before I get going, I would like to thank all the channel members. As of yesterday, I downloaded all my channel members yesterday, and I'm like, I really appreciate you guys because it is hard in these streets, and it is hard to keep, up with content. And now that I open up my Facebook channel again, I'm going to start doing content, not really content over there, but I'm moving stuff over there. I will be answering questions over there sporadically. Do not add yourself to my Facebook channel. Don't, because I won't add you. I won't. Because I don't have time for all that shit. I'm already on YouTube constantly answering shit all the time. I still have to drive and eat and sleep and shit like that. So I don't have time to also do the same thing I do on YouTube over on Facebook. I mean, at least YouTube kind of compensates and covers. I got members over here helping me be on YouTube. So I'll give time and attention to YouTube. Facebook, it's my marketing platform. That's where I push everything to. I might answer a few questions here and there, stuff like that. I mean, most of my shit's public. Go have at it. Go look at whatever you want to look at. But if you try to add me, I probably won't add you. And it's not that I don't like you. It's that I just don't want to deal with that shit right now. I'm new to it. I've been out for 2 years. I'm not adding nobody on it. But I appreciate all these people who are supporting me because I value YouTube because of these people who are members to my channel, who do say, hey, Jeff, your information is worth something. Your content is worth something. Your time is worth something. I value these people.
Because of a podcast.
I think your podcast has changed my life.
And I'm going to share this podcast with everyone I meet.
And they help let me see, hey, Jeff, keep giving your time and attention to the platform that values you most. I won't be on IG a whole lot, TikTok a whole lot, Facebook a whole lot. This is where I am because people say, we'll take care of you because we know you could be out in the streets making money right now. We know you could be out there doing what you do in these streets, getting private clients, but you're giving us this time and this attention, sitting here, giving us content. And we value that. We'll give you a tip for that. I'll become a member on your channel, for $1 a day for that. I'll be a 30 cents a day, 15 cents a day. I'll do whatever it takes, Jeff, to keep you making content instead of you being out in the streets, not being able to provide us with that inspiration and motivation and get all that. I love this, man. I love it. I love podcasting. I love chatting with people and stuff like that. Love running live streams. But it is an opportunity cost because if I'm not getting paid anything for it, I mean, I'm better off just being out in the streets, ripping and running, making as much as I can make in these streets. And people say, hey, Jeff, you ain't dropping no content, man. Shit, I got to make money too, motherfucker. I got bills.